So we see her there, and she's arm wrestling someone from Money, and the character that she's
Mhm.
arm wrestling is straight up an homage to Ryu from Street Fighter. Like you
Which is
100%
so
can
cool.
tell. It's
Yeah.
not even, and he's even drawn and animated differently from the,
Differently, yeah.
like he looks completely different. He does not fit at all. Like
Oh, he's like
it's
angular and
yeah, like
like he's very. A lot of the characters are very round.
rounded.
They use a lot of round shapes. Like he was very
Mhm.
angular at crack up.
Yeah, no, it's 100% him. And like even if you don't know Street Fighter, you're like, oh, like you can
You
tell that he's
recognize him.
definitely a character from something else that they're like, hey, look, like
Yeah.
that's someone. So that was really cool. I love Zuko coming in and cutting through the crowd and being like, "Get out of my way, filth!" And I wrote being like, "He doesn't mean it. I'm sure you bathe regularly." Like,
I'm sure you paid the regularly.
um,
I love Zuko being like out of my way, filth.
yeah, he's like
It's
this.
so it reminds me of Draco Malfoy from
Mhm,
Harry Potter
Harry
when he's
Potter.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like, I'm so above all of this.
Muggles, I'm so
You,
above all of you. And
yeah. And so he demands that June pay him back for breaking his ship. And I love her being like, sorry, I'm a little short on money as she's raking in all of the money that she just won. And he's like, that's not even, he's like, money isn't what I had in mind. And he's like, I need you to, yeah, which like, for a second
sorry,
you're like,
my first
oh,
reaction was, oh,
yeah.
oh,
But he's like, he needs her to find someone. And he holds up Katara's necklace. And
mm.
so she agrees. And now they're off on the hunt for
So I love
Katara
how
and Aang.
June
Yeah.
is like, you need to find your little girlfriend. Zuko's like,
yeah.
the monk she's with. He's
Yeah.
so like
He's,
he doesn't
she's,
even get. He's like, I'm not even gonna bother with these jokes.
yeah. She's like, oh, would your girlfriend run away?
So, it's a
Like,
cute little
damn,
bit.
all right. Jane's just like,
She's a
I love her.
bad.
She's, yeah,
She's bad.
she's so great. She does not care. Um, so we get back to the gang, and Bato's saying that he's expecting a message from their dad about where he is, and that if they stay long enough, they can go to see their father again. And so Aang immediately gets saddened by this and goes for a walk because he's like, no one loves me anymore, and they're gonna leave me, and this sucks. And so he leaves, and he misses them saying that like, no, we can't go, like we have
Yeah,
to help Aang and all
thanks,
that,
man.
which is like of course Aang misses that and like leaves before he
42.
gets to see like the important moment, and it like you're like, no, if you just would have stayed for a second, like it's
Dang.
fine.
Yeah.
So he did that, and then Aang, I love that Aang goes to the ship and he's like chilling on the ship, and the Earth Kingdom soldier like approaches and he's like, I'm looking for Bato, and Aang's like, I know him, and he's just like, here you go, and he just like gives him the
He just
message
gives it
like,
to him without even like
no verification,
confirming.
no anything. He's
Oh
just like,
yeah,
here you
and it's
go,
so
and it
random. How did he find him there? Like that's just so. We'll probably
he's
get
so
happy, but
so trusting.
so
And so
interesting.
it's the map meant for them to, so they can find Sokka's dad. And Aang looks at it and then gets real sad and mad and crumples it up and keeps onto it though. He doesn't throw it
Just
away into the ocean, which I'm like, you should stop doing half measures, bro. If you're gonna be mad about it and crumple it up, throw it away. Don't keep the
yeah,
evidence. Be a smart criminal. Like,
he is smart
come on.
criminal. Ah,
um,
it's Aang. Come on.
yeah, it's true. He's not really thinking straight. It's fine.
He's
So he goes back into the tent, and they didn't even notice that he was gone. And
that's so sad.
yeah, which is so he's like, I'm back, and they're like, oh, we didn't even know that you left. And he's like, well, I'm back now, and they're like, okay.
And
and
he's like acting weird. They're like, all right, okay.
he tries to eat the sea prunes, can't even do that.
Spits them
So we
up. They're
cut back.
gross.
Yeah, he's like, which I thought about that. I'm like, dude, yeah, of course, that's not. You're a vegetarian, bro. Why are you trying to eat any of
Yeah.
this? Like, what? Come on, man.
I do love like how
Um,
they're emphasizing the difference between like his Buddhist um uprising. That's the wrong word.
upbringing.
Upbringing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uprising is not the right word.
The Buddhist revolt.
The Buddhist revolt, his Buddhist upbringing versus Katara and Sokka's more like native water tribe.
Mhm. Yeah, no,
It's very
it's cool. It's something they don't like put a ton of focus on, but it is nice whenever it shows
like
up as
fair.
just like a reminder. It's like
Yeah.
it's not something I like that it's not something that they
Detail.
have to like stop the episode and be like, by the way, Aang's a vegetarian, like a
I,
Buddhist and stuff. It's just like
like the
little
live
character
action has
stuff.
to do. I don't mean to go there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's just like
Catch
little
and
character
phrase.
things like that that like
Little
make
details.
sense in the context.
Mhm.
Um, so we get back to Zuko. We get June and Zuko and Iroh approaching the Herb Lady that we saw from. I can't believe I'm blanking on this episode title. It's
2 weeks
the
ago. Wait,
the blue spirit. It's the blue spirit.
blue
It's
spirit.
the
The blue spirit. It's the
it's
blue
like
spirit episode. Because
yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
You would think
So
it'd be
they
called something with the herbalist, but now it's not.
yeah, it's just because that's a small section of it. But yeah, we get there. I love seeing her again and the cat.
And the cat.
She's like, "Are you in trouble with the Fire Nation again?" I love
I
the
love
again.
again.
The implication that the cat has been in trouble with the Fire Nation is so good, and the cat is so cute and like
The
backs up
cat's
and
like,
is like, "No," like
cat's like, I don't know, have I?
she's like,
What have I done
maybe.
now?
So it's cool. It's a great again, just like continuity between episodes of like, oh well, they're catching up to where the gang has
Yeah,
been recently. Like we saw them there not that long ago, and so that's cool to see.
it is really. I
Um,
do like that.
we get back to the gang and we get Aang feeding Appa some hay. I like him airbending the hay so that
The
Appa can get
Appa.
to it. Yeah,
I don't know
and
if that was like I was so. I was watching this late at night, I think, and I was gushing over how cute Appa looks in this animation in this section. Like his
uh,
little face. That each episode, I think, at this point, they're making him cuter and cuter.
they're just doing all they can. He's so adorable. I love
Adorable.
him.
He's so adorable.
Um, So yeah, he's doing that. The paper falls out, and the lady yells at him for littering. He thinks he's obviously gonna be caught for
In
like
trouble
crumpling up,
for
yeah, the paper, and she's like, "I caught you like littering," and he's like, "Oh, "Okay," and just like puts
that.
it back in his tunic. Um, they go to the beach and covers up the footprints from the soldiers' steed. I don't remember what the and it's like the ostrich
Ostrich
thing.
horse?
Yeah, I'm sure, probably. They're
Sure.
definitely
Wow,
shaped like
we're
an
on it
ostrich.
today.
We've got
We
all of the animal
we got
combinations
all the
on lock.
names and info in there.
It's all yeah. 100. I'm a glossary.
You
Yeah,
couldn't even find that word.
that's the right word. I'm pretty
That
sure.
was perfect.
um,
Think about it.
but yeah, so they talk about ice dodging, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot that Sokka, you weren't even old enough to do that before his dad left," which is so sad. And
There's
so
all this stuff
that
with Sokka and his dad are so touching.
yeah,
It's oh, it's so
they do a
beautiful.
lot. They do a lot of stuff to really establish that in this episode, and like it's a thing that that's been talked about and like not hinted is even the right word because they're just straight up like we'll talk about it. But it's nice how much time they and like
They spend on
emphasis.
showing you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and like really getting into more of their ways of life and things like that, and like knowing that that's a big thing in the Water Tribe that Sokka missed out on because of the situation
The
they were in and
war.
things like that. Yeah,
And there are
and
ways that the
so
war is affecting every person, from the littlest
yeah,
things, the littlest specific details to the whole.
yeah, and so Bato starts talking about it, and then he's like, "Well, you can just like do it. You can try to do the ice dodging."
Yeah, like why
So
don't
they're
we try it
going to do that. But before then, we cut back to June and Zuko, and they have reached the fortune teller lady and her tribe and stuff. And
just last week in last week's episode.
yeah, so they're getting closer. I like that you can see the like the wall of whatever lava is when it cools, molten
Oh, I
rock
didn't even
or
notice that.
whatever. Yeah, you can see like it's all
That
because
Aang
it's the
cooled when the lava exploded. Yeah.
yeah. So like that's a thing for the village now, which like what a great defense against like not that anyone would really be coming from the top of the mountain anyways, but
Anyways, but to make a wall out of lava, that's pretty sick.
yeah, very cool. So you can see that. I like the fortune teller lady being like to Iroh if he wants his fortune told, and he's like, at my age, there's only really one mystery left, and I'd kind of
Oh,
rather not know. And it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
that
Like,
was cute. But
yeah.
oh,
So we
one of
get
the fortune
back.
teller ladies flirting with him.
Yeah, she's like, hey, like he's like,
She's
I'm
like,
good
hey,
later
handsome.
though.
Ira gets it. Ira's got it.
So we go back to the gang. They're on a boat and they're doing the ice dodging and stuff. And it's explained that like Sokka and Aang and Katara have to Sokka with the help of Aang and Katara and like his guidance have to be able to do it all on their own. Um, so they do that. They have Katara controlling the sails and Aang controlling the jib. And continues to feel more guilty about hiding the note because it's
Yeah, because they're like,
emphasized that it's about trust. and they're like, you have like we trust you and stuff, and so Aang's like, oh man, I feel kind of shitty.
Like, oh shit,
um,
yeah. Which, yeah,
um,
you should.
yeah, wrong call, bro. And so Sokka's doing it, and they're going through everything, and then there's some rocks in front of them that they absolutely would not be able to get over. But then Sokka, again, showing that is really smart,
For a
is like,
cheater. That's
yeah,
fair.
he's like, oh well, Katara just like water bend enough water, and Aang like throw some air into the sails, and they just like sail over the rocks that were in the way, which is such
Genius.
a like, oh, it's such a cool move, honestly, and
It's
like
such
such
a
a
good
flex.
Sokka move too. Like that's he's like they really emphasize like he's as great and as important as Benders. Hey, Aspect listener, enjoying the show?
Then be sure to subscribe here on The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
And check out more episodes and clips on our playlist here.
Thanks so much for watching, and
Lamio Hotman.